You're listening to the Loida Lewis podcast, hosted by Loida Nicholas Lewis. She's a trailblazing businesswoman, leader, philanthropist, and the widow of Reginald F. Lewis, the visionary leader who was the first African American to build $1 billion company. With unparalleled determination, Loida Lewis has not only excelled as a successful attorney, but also shaped a $1 billion empire. Following the untimely passing of her husband, Reginald F. Lewis, she took the helm of TLC Beatrice, carving her legacy as a successful business leader. Be inspired and learn from her as she shares her wisdom, the secrets to her success in both business, in love, and in life. Let's live, love, laugh, and learn. With your host, Miss Loida Lewis.
Welcome to the Loida Lewis podcast. Today, I have the great honor of presenting to you the first Asian, the first Filipino to win The Voice USA. And he is no other than Safronio Vasquez.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice to meet you po.
For
Maraming
being
salamat.
here.
Thank you
Yes,
po.
yes. For our audience, can you just tell how did you get to that, to The Voice?
Yes. So, should I be speaking Tagalog?
Tagalog English.
Okay.
But we have also many
Yeah.
English listeners.
Okay, I'll
Tagalog
just pretend
English.
that I was born in America. Yes. I got into The Voice because of like a virtual audition. So there are few, The Voice has few ways of you getting in the show. So some producers and some cast directors are going to pinpoint, and they will go through social media, and they would go watch shows around like radios or bars just to scout talents.
Wow.
So one way of getting on the show is just to try audition. So I was not lucky enough to be scouted, but I was really pushy enough to do it myself. So nagsubok po ako mag-audition talaga. So hindi ako pinalad na mukhang gusto ka namin. Ako yung nagpakilala na sana gustuhin niyo ako.
Okay. So, you see that? You put yourself out dahil sa, you are convinced you
Yeah.
have talent, you have the voice.
Yeah.
And you love to sing.
I love to sing. And not just singing po. It's just expressing how you feel and what you love. And just be celebrating the Filipinos.
Yes. All right. Okay. So, see, that's what he did. Himself, he presented himself. So, how did you present yourself?
So nag-email po sila, and then I booked myself for a virtual audition. So the virtual audition goes, someone from the other side of the camera is watching you, and they would tell you after you sing and introduce yourself. So you have to introduce yourself, and you have to sing few lines with the highlights of the song for less than 30 seconds.
Wow.
And by that, after that one, they will send an email. Okay, you're going through to the second round or the short list. So I did that twice kasi first time parang hindi po nila na appreciate agad. But I won't stop.
So, you see, first time he failed. They didn't choose him.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us the second time.
Second time I tried the same song. but
And you booked yourself.
I booked myself again, same song, same energy. And I think the better part of the second time was me being more confident. Kasi masyado akong kinabahan nung nag-audition.
First time.
Siyempre, first time po.
See, if you don't succeed, try and try again.
Yes.
So he tried the second time. Hindi siya nawala ng pag-asa. He didn't lose up hope.
No, yeah. And that also is like the shadow of what happened to me back in the Philippines before I came into that show, The Voice. In the Philippines, I tried The Voice The Voice Philippines, the version of the Philippines. No one turned for me. And so I tried another competition called Tawag ng Tanghalan. So most of the singers out there really try with that show. I did 7 times po just to get in the show. So I audition every 2 months. And then when I get a no, after 2 months, I line up again. So 7 times po ako hanggang na-memorize ko na lahat yung pangalan ng staff kasi ganun po ako ka-eager to be part of the show.
Tawag ng tanghalan. Did you hear that?
Yes.
1 time, no. 2nd time, 3rd time, 4th time, 5 times, 6 times.
7 times.
And then on the 7th time, he won. Okay? Please, listen to that. Okay?
Yeah.
How tenacious he is. He was.
Yeah.
And he is. Okay?
Yeah.
Sige. So, tawag ng tanghalan, nakuha ka na on the 7th.
On the 7th, nakapasok po ako, but I made it through grand finals, but I never won.
So, how many times yung you'll be exposed to tawag ng tanghalan?
Tawag ng tanghalan, you have to sing 5 times daily to defend yourself. And when you reach 5 times, you'll be a semifinalist and you have to fight again for a week to proceed to the grand finals. So nung grand finals na po, for the last day ng grand finals to just declare the top 5, pang-anim po ako. So hindi po ako pinalad.
Oh, wow. So, how did you feel when you didn't, you reached that far, tawag ng tanghalan. In fact, our chef said, I know him from tawag ng tanghalan.
Yes.
Okay.
Ano po, I felt defeated. Sometimes, may mga pagkakataon na you would feel na it's almost there. Yung parang almost making it but not really. And so, moving like fast forward sa mga nangyayari sa buhay ko, I think yun yung nagiging fuel ko to just push more, do what I feel would be a great venue for my music. And yeah, I did it.
Yes, very good. Okay, so if at first you don't succeed, no, I just admire your tenacity.
Salamat.
Okay? 6 times you were rejected on tawag ng tanghalan. And then on the 7th. Okay, yes.
And
then making it to the finals.
yeah, making it to the
finals.
Yeah.
And then not getting
Not
it. You were
getting it.
number 6.
Yeah, so wala. Subok ulit. Every time in life, subok lang talaga. And I get, along the way, I get to meet people na hindi ko na-expect na makikilala ko, hindi ko na-expect na magbibigay sa akin ng learning in one way or two way. And so, na-appreciate ko po lahat yon, lahat ng rejections, kasi at the end of the day, even if you're rejected like 100 times, you have the power to just make it a positive way and just try again, whether it's in singing or whatever you love to do, just try. And probably people out there or someone out there really wants and appreciate you for what you are doing, and then will give you a light.
And you said there was one time when you were going for a competition and then you were just praying and somebody saw you.
Yeah.
Well, what can you just tell the audience?
So, I think we're talking about the pandemic time, Tita.
Yes.
So, during pandemic, lahat naman ata tayo nagkaroon ng struggle to yung not just financially, emotionally, like physically draining siya. Yung kumbaga hindi mo alam kung ano yung kasi lahat parang naging patas lahat
Yes.
walang mayaman. I mean,
Yes.
talagang may mayaman pa rin, but kumbaga naging enriched lahat.
Right. Everybody
Was
it
grounded.
was stopped, grounded.
Yeah, grounded
Nobody can
lahat.
go anywhere.
Wala, no.
Yes.
Yeah, so since Filipino tayo, magaling tayong dumiskarte, and one diskarte that I found in me is to make something like out of biko.
Biko is a dessert
Like,
for the Filipino.
Yeah, for the Philippines, I think it's how do you say it? Sticky rice and with the sugar and the coconut, and it's a Filipino
It is Filipino dessert.
Yeah.
A little hard to make, but delicious.
delicious. And so it's a simple dessert na I did, na sinubukan ko lang, and then I
You
put
mean
it.
you cooked it yourself?
Yeah, I do it myself. I wake up very early, pumupunta ako sa market, nagpapapiga po ako ng coconut, and then I do it alone. And so, na-appreciate ko yun, na sinubukan ko lang, and then I reach out to people. I even ask help from TV personalities like Ami Perez, Karel, and so Vice Ganda. They really helped me a lot. Kay Brosas, yung mga nagiging judge ko with the competition and the host there. So they are very genuine and kind enough to help me, kasi appreciate nila na sinubukan ko. And so
Yes, during that time, you cannot sing, so
yeah, wala, patay
financially.
lahat patay talaga lahat.
Yes, so he started to make dessert, and from his friends he sold them.
Yeah, and so meron pa lang nakabili sa akin nun. fast forward to this moment. I was having, after I won The Voice, so I am very fortunate to be doing a little tour. So I was in Winnipeg this week, and I met this mommy who is 70 years old, I guess, if I am not mistaken. She asked me like, "Anak, do you still remember me?" So I was honestly, parang nakalimutan ko na, sabi ko po, hindi na po. Pero saan po tayo nagkakilala? Sinabi niya sa akin, one of those na nakabili sa'yo ng 2 bilao. So, nandun sa stage ako, I was having the photo moment with the guest na VIP. Talagang naluha po ako, Tita. Kasi, hindi ko ina-expect na ganun pala ka ganda yung mundo natin. Kumbaga, kahit anong mangyari sa atin, magkocross yung mga landas natin. And just I appreciate the fact na kung hindi siya nagkaroon ng time na bumili sa akin, hindi po kami makakakain that time yun po yung struggle eh.
Yes.
Hirap talaga.
Yes.
Hirap.
See, grace comes. You help yourself, God helps you.
Yeah.
So this woman, when he had nothing, bought 2 big plates of this Filipino dessert, and never forgot him.
Yeah. So, sinabi ko sa kanya, maraming salamat po kasi kung hindi po dahil sa pagbili nyo, hindi po kami makakain that day. And talagang masarap lang sa pakiramdam na in life talaga, you are not alone. You will have people that would really appreciate you, and kahit hindi mo sila kadago, sometimes people na random will put their heart out just to help you and just to give you a light.
Yes. See, he made it himself, this biko.
Yeah.
Okay, so people help. So I'm so glad that you have a very positive outlook on people.
Yes.
Yes. Now, how were you identified by this famous Michael
Bublé.
Bublé, a Canadian singer, producer, Michael Bublé?
Yes.
Yes. And you're talking to him. You told me that you know him and he knows you. So can you tell the audience?
Yeah, so to give you another high again, Michael Bublé was one of my coaches in the show called The Voice. So 4-chair turn. And in The Voice po, once you have 4 chairs, you have the power to pick kung sino yung gusto mong makatrabaho along the way. And
so for those who do not know, there are 4 chairs who are going to judge you.
yeah,
Okay?
hindi kanila nakikita. They have to
turn around. They turn around and they just listen to your voice.
Yeah. So, 4 sila lumingon. It was Michael Bublé, Snoop Dogg, Reba McEntire, and Gwen Stefani.
Wow.
Yes. And so, when I was saying, "Hi, my name is Afronio Vasquez. I am from the Philippines," Michael Bublé like, "Wow! I knew it." Sinabi niya. Na-appreciate ko lang yung sinabi niya na, kasi isa television, Tita, just like what we are doing right now, it's not gonna be like open out na i-upload mo lahat. So we have to filter out because sometimes it could be offending or whatnot. So Michael Bublé, nakat lang yung airtime noon, but he was so excited to talk about Filipinos na masarap daw yung adobo, marami siyang friends na Filipinos, yung tumutulong sa lolo niya is a Filipino. Kumbaga, he was surrounded with many Filipinos and he is loved by the Filipinos. In fact, he told me that the Philippines is the first country who sold out his tickets before he was the Michael Bublé that we know right now.
Wow.
So he was signed as an American artist for 5 years and not all appreciates his voice, but when his manager told him, "Hey, let's go to the Philippines and make you a star." And so when he was in the Philippines, we Filipinos love music. And so minahal siya, nagpasikat. Isa sa mga nagpasikat sa kanya is the shows in the Philippines. And so sabi niya sa akin, it's one way of me saying thank you. Dahil mapagmahal kayong lahat. And so sabi niya sa akin, this is a mad match in heaven. So I picked him and he promised me on day 1, Tita, you and me to the top.
Wow.
Sa akin po, Tita,
Yes.
hindi ko masyadong nasink in yun kasi I was still on high being picked. Diba?
Yes.
So along the way, moving forward, naisip ko, sabi ko nga sa Grand Finals, grabe talaga, sometimes those words are really manifestation and declaration of something great. Kasi sinabi niya sa akin, you and me to the top, and we really made it.
Yes. Okay. So, you see, sometimes if you have faith,
Yeah.
if you have faith in yourself and you have faith in God, the stars align.
Align talaga.
Because of all the people, of those 4, he was there.
Yeah, he was there. And
Right. And he is the only one who had a connection with you and the Philippines.
yeah, and those
Yes.
3 other coaches are saying good things about na kaya talaga nilang mag-pitch or kaya nilang bilhin yung energy ko at piliin ko sila to be in part of their team. But ako din, tita, sinabi mo nga, nag-aalala ng universe. Ako, I was just hopeful na sana ito mag-work. Because he is one of the icons that I would always sing back home as a competition, like singing.
Yes, yes.
And so we worked hard every round. He's very into coaching talaga. Like, ginaguard niya ako. And sometimes, I think meron sa utak niya na these Filipinos are just great in everything. So
Yes.
every round, he would give me songs that I have never ever tried singing. Songs from 1950s, 60s. And I would always email them like, ano ba? Gusto niyo ba akong tanggalin? Kasi talagang nag-effort ako na, di ba sinabi ko
Yes,
tita, na gusto ko talaga paghirapan. And
Yes,
they would
yes.
tell me, no, Michael Bublé is very confident to pick that song just for you to sing. And so here comes battles, knockouts, playoffs, and playoffs after playoffs would be live shows. Lahat ng mga songs ito, hindi ko talaga alam. And I just trust him because that's how Filipinos are. Kumbaga,
Yes.
nagtitiwala tayo kasi alam natin na inferior tayo most of the time. We made it happen.
Yes. Well, maybe you're saying inferior, but in your own heart, you believe in yourself.
Oh yes, of
Yes,
course.
that's why you never gave up.
I never gave up
Yes.
because I know that in my heart po, kahit na in a sea of 100, 200 singers or performers or artists, I know that I think, kumbaga normal naman sa tao po na we always have this uncertainty.
Yes,
Kinakabahan
of course,
tayo
of
kasi
course. Of
bago
course.
novelty sa atin.
Yes.
So, sinubukan ko lang.
Yes.
And I have this in my heart na kahit talagang by skin, by height, or by facial features, mukhang dehado tayo. But I know I have this instrument in my heart and in my voice that could really make it happen. And so I prepared every time.
And his preparation, okay? I want you to listen. When you are asked to appear, what's your preparation?
So, this show, tita, is very, very generous. Sa hindi po nakakaalam, hindi ko sinasabi ito most of the time. But when we started taping, we have our own hotel room. They shop everything from head to toe for what we are going to wear on TV and on screen. We have sahod, per diem, stipend, and
Yes.
taping rates. That's how Americans are really doing it. So wala kang ibang rason. Walang ibang rason kundi mag-prepare ka. And so what I did was
Meaning they're spending so much for you
So
so
much
that you
for
look
you.
good.
You look good.
Okay? You not only you look good, you appear good.
and you feel good.
And you feel good
Yeah.
because everything is first class.
Yeah, first class. Kasi pag iniisip mo dita kung magki-quit ka sa trabaho and that's what you're doing right now, anong kakainin mo? All of the people in America are still paying bills, 'di ba?
Yes, yes.
So talagang binibigay nila lahat para
So you don't have to worry about anything. Just
just focus ka.
focus on your talent
Yeah.
and on your performance. Okay.
And so every time na sinasabi nila, okay, Sofronio, your artist number, going to do this tomorrow, kunwari taping, virtual rehearsals, or one-on-one coaching, I always show up very early. I always show up on time, prepared. Gising
on time meaning on time or ahead of time?
Ahead of time.
Please, Filipino especially. No
Ako-
late comer.
No.
Okay?
Kasi-
He is there early.
Yeah, kasi ako dati sa Philippines, nasanay po ako sa culture natin na Filipino time na anong oras magsisimula? 6? Kaya pa yan kahit 6:30.
Did you
Hindi
hear
yan.
that?
No,
In the Filipino custom.
Yeah.
If it's at 6 o'clock, it's okay, 6:30.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
Here in America.
Here in America, it's not the way it is. Kailangan mo mag-show up on time. Kailangan mong...
On time meaning ahead of time.
Yeah, on time but ahead of time. So when our directors or coordinators would tell me, okay, you have to be there at 6:30. Dapat 6:15, 6:15 ready ka na. Sometimes, hindi mo lang napapansin yun, but those people are really looking kung sino yung prepared, sino yung excited. Kasi it's still a TV show. So hindi lang, kasi lahat given lahat ng tao marunong kumanta, lahat ng tao talented. So ano yung magiging advantage mo is to make efforts para ma-appreciate ka nila, and hopefully this will transcend to TV na you are very excited to do it. You are all out. Kumbaga, that would ask people to, I like this guy, I like his perspective, I like his energy. So people would vote for you kapag dumating ka. And so, yun.
Okay. So everything is focused towards that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yun lang talaga, nilook forward mo. Be positive, be kind, and be grateful.
So tell us about your life. How did you said you always loved to sing. So can you just tell the audience, how was it at the beginning? Where were you? Where were you born? Who were your parents?
Yes. So I am from Mindanao po, Misamis Occidental, born and raised. My parents are Sofronio Vasquez Jr. and Aida Paruhinog Vasquez. So, we come from a family na sobrang masaya lang. I grew up sa squatter. Yung ilalim ng bahay namin, dagat.
Did you hear that? They were in the squatter area, and it's not the ground, it was the sea.
It was sea. And up until now, tita, our house is still standing. So sometimes people would never believe kasi andito na ako sa Amerika because I have this American dream. But if they want to visit our house, I can be with them and show them that dito ako lumaki. Wala kaming bed. We just sleep on the floor with a good foam. Kapag tumataas yung dagat, tumatalon kami kaagad just to nag-enjoy namin. And alam naman squatter, tita, wala tayong kumbaga mga septic tank. So, yung mga kapitbahay namin na nagbibigay ng gift sa dagat ay nakikita namin. So, kapag nililigo kami, ginaganon lang namin, hindi namin pinapansin, but we really enjoyed it as a kid.
Yes. How many brothers and sisters?
I have 2 siblings, so tatlo kami, and I have my cousin Richard. My brothers are Aido and Sofronio the Fourth, and I have Richard with me na parang kapatid na rin namin. So parang naging 4 kami.
So did you hear that? When there is a tide, okay, whatever dirt there is, they just put it away.
Yeah, and
wow.
And as a kid, tita,
it's fun.
It's fun.
When you
and
were
as a
kids.
kid, wala kaming pambili ng mga boat. So ang ginagawa namin, we go to the junk shops. May mga junk shops doon na sira-sira na yung mga refrigerator. Yung takip nun, gagawin naming boat. Parang yung typical na. So I believe that all our mga squatter friends, which is tsaka nasa dagat, would always appreciate this kasi this is really, really true na nangyayari to, and it's a reality.
Their toys in order to have a little boat, the refrigerator door.
Yeah, refrigerator door na
so
parang
for
itatapo
them,
na.
because they had fun and the family is happy, they make do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, early on, alam na ni Papa ko na it's really hard in life. And so, what would always tell me is, study hard, or for everyone, mga kapatid ko, study hard kasi hindi tayo mayaman, hindi tayo mahirap, but hindi tayo mayaman. So it means, kaya namin kayong paaralin, pero hindi hanggang lahat ng anong luho pwede kong ibigay.
So study hard.
Yeah.
Study hard. We are not rich, but I want you to study hard.
I want to study hard because he experienced like very, very poor like household. And so he wanted to change that idea to be educated. Kasi sometimes, tita, especially in the Philippines, if you're not educated, you are never gonna be landing in a good job. Kasi sa atin, madalas, they would look a pleasant personality, and then what's your degree? Ganun, para makapasok ka to get a job, di ba? And so, early on, I really worked hard. Aral kami. And I have this always insecure. I would always tell this to my interviews. Insecure kami sa mga pinsan namin or sa mga relatives namin or sa mga kapitbahay who could really spend to go to private schools. Kasi feeling namin fancy, ang ganda. But my papa would always give it a joke na, bakit Kasi kami, public school lang kami. And public school, I think that time, you have to pay 50 pesos just for annually. And when you go to private school, it's like 60 or 100,000 a year. So that's hard for him. And he would always tell me, why do you really want to be in private school? How do you spell dog in private school? It's D-O-G. In public school, it's D-O-G. So nothing difference, diba? So at the end of the day, it has to be you work hard kasi kahit anong degree mo or kahit anong school mo, basta focus ka sa school. And
Okay? So, education is the key out of poverty that was drummed into their head
Yeah.
by the father.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, we really made the efforts to be that. Mapalad kami that all of my siblings, I mean, 4 of us, or 3 or 4 of us, are college degree holders.
They graduated.
Yeah. Yun lang yung magiging pride ni Papa ko hanggang it became a struggle when he was challenged with kidney failure. So he has to do dialysis twice a week. And alam mo naman sa atin.
It's very
tita,
expensive. Very expensive.
Kahit na may mga government na free sessions, mahirap talaga. And so I made efforts na parang kailangan kong tumulong. Ayun, so nagpunta ako sa Manila, marakit-rakit ako, but hirap talaga. Now, thinking about it, it's really, really hard. And I wish na ngayon nandito ako sa Amerika. Sometimes I would, sometimes I would go to yung mga malls and I would see mga magagandang shoes. If only buhay lang siguro, mabibigyan ko siya ng maganda kasi I can afford it right now. Kaso wala na eh. So, iniisip ko na lang na guide mo na lang ako na hopefully kung saan man ako abutin, I will never ever forget you kasi you along the way really is my star.
Oh my God, nakakaiyak. So that's the Filipino.
Ay, nako.
And the sense of gratitude to the father and mother.
Yeah.
Okay, especially the father.
Yeah.
The father never gave up hope and desire and ambition.
Yeah.
Never gave up ambition, giving them to Sofronio and his brothers because the cousin was also like a brother.
Yeah.
Okay? So yung mga nanonood, those who are watching, see, never lose hope.
Never lose hope.
Okay.
So, kaya ngayon po, I only have my mama and she's still in the Philippines. And yun lang, isa lang yung pakiusap ni Papa ko. And I'm gone. Huwag niyo nang pabayaan si mama niyo kasi mahal ko yan. Sabi niya, hindi pwedeng magkahiwalay kami na walang mag-aalaga sa kanya, all out niyo. Kaya ngayon ako, tita, always make sure na tatawagan ko si mama kahit 2 minutes. Check ko lang siya. I have my CCTV, tinitingnan ko. Okay lang siya nanonood. And she's very, very happy. Proud na proud siya sa akin. At proud na proud. Nung nanalo po ako, tinawagan, nagkita kami after the competition. Sabi ko sa kanya, how do you feel about me winning? Sabi niya, na proud lang ako sa sarili ko tsaka kay Papa mo kasi sometimes they are challenged by questions na kaya buhayin ito. Kasi mahirap eh. People would always say na ang sarap magkaanak pero it's a very, very big responsibility to raise good child. And we are not perfect. Marami kaming challenges. Makukulit din kami as a kid. Pero growing up, nakita ko na one way for me to give back is to just honor them. Honor your parents talaga. Kaya kayo yung mga parents dyan, never ever forget the efforts. Kasi pag mawala na yan, di nyo na masasabi ng I love you.
All right. So, children, okay, please remember your parents do a lot for you. And what he is saying is, don't forget, do it now because when they're gone, when your parents are gone, you cannot say anymore, thank you, or I love you, or look what I have done.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank you. Salamat. Thank you. Thank you. I'm reminding all parents, all children. All right. That's good. That's great.
my
That's why you're them. And how is your relationship with, how do you deal now that you have, reached, being the first Asian, the first
Yes.
Filipino to become the champion of The Voice USA. How are you dealing with this accolade, this fame?
I always take it day by day po. Nagpapasalamat ako every day in my life that I am here at my point of yung na I get recognized. I always dream of being recognized, and now it was given to me. It is a responsibility. Yeah, it is a responsibility because now that people look up to you, you can inspire, but sometimes you can also be challenged by how how you deal every day yung fame kasi mahirap eh. And now I just appreciate na I get to work with these people na I would never ever imagine my life working like the icons of like OPM icons na dati pinapanood ko lang. Dati sabi ko sana makakanta naman ako ng ASAP, and now I am singing. Dati tita, I think I hindi ko na kwento dito, but I am going to share a little bit. I asked my show, can I help? I mean, can you give me work? I really pushed myself na mahirap kami. Gusto kong magkaroon ng magandang buhay. So, can you give me a work? So, ginawa nila akong vocal coach. And all of my, fortunately, yung mga naturuan ko really won.
One champion.
Yeah, and I would have this in my heart na kung hindi man ako manalo, at least yung mga na-coach ko nanalo. And so when I came back as a winner, I really cried kasi na-appreciate pa na sinasabi. And it really touched my heart nung sinabi nila sa akin na, Coach, kami dati, ginawa mo kaming champion, ngayon ikaw na yung champion. So parang ang sarap pakiramdam. Ang sarap sa pakiramdam na grabe pala talaga yung nangyayari. If you really believe in Him and if you really put your heart and you pray and He will see, bibigay niya sa'yo on His time.
Magaling yun, ha? Yung mga hindi naniniwala sa Diyos. Okay? Here is a good example.
Yeah.
He believes in God, but he does all the work.
Yeah, kasi hindi naman ibibigay ni God sa'yo agad-agad eh. You have to make sure na nakikita niya na your efforts are worth it. Sometimes, may mga tao na nabe-bless lang talaga sila without so much effort. But hindi pwedeng lahat ng ganun eh.
Yes.
Ako, kailangan kong ipakita sa kanya, kinukulit ko siya, Lord, sige na Lord. But 10 years ago, I have this prayer na sabi ko, once I make it there, Lord, I will make sure that magiging masaya ka sa ginagawa ko. And so, He did it. Binigay niya sa akin. So, ngayon, ginagawa ko. Grateful lang ako and I get to sing, I get to work with people na hindi ko talaga in-imagine. And having be in this podcast po, I felt that you're also a hero for some people and probably more people. And I get to experience what they see in you. Parang ang sarap lang po sa pakiramdam na kung hindi po ako nanalo at hindi po ako nabigyan ng pagkakataon, I will never ever meet you. Probably personally. And so I'm grateful. Always lang po akong nagpapasalamat and I will never ever forget to honor like the opportunity.
Well, thank you. But for those who are listening, see, he is very thankful to God. Gratitude.
Yeah.
And also, clean life. Okay? No drugs, no
Yes.
alcohol,
Yes.
no
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay? So, that's how he's dealing with fame. He still remains the same, humble and grateful.
Yeah.
Tama ba yun?
Yes.
Okay.
And also po, gusto ko lang i-correct. I mean, I have to share that we are not perfect. So sometimes in life, with this kind of big recognition, sometimes you really forget. You're just human. You make mistakes. So always make sure that you recognize that you made a mistake and own it and learn from it. Learn every day and say sorry if you have to say sorry. Never be that arrogant man kasi ang bilis i-take away ng lahat ng gift eh. And sometimes, even if you make a big mistake, saying sorry is very enough.
Yes, that's right. Okay? So, the humility, because we're not perfect.
We're not perfect.
We're human beings.
Yeah.
But, okay, when you recognize it, then you say you're sorry. Galing. This is from Mel A. What's something you believed early in your career that you see differently now, if any?
Wow, that's a good question. I think I felt before, and it has become my belief that I would never make it. And it has to be very different right now. Kasi when I was always doubting myself, hindi nangyayari. And so when I started to believe in myself, And I made it. Yun. So, yun ang I think that's the only thing na kaya kong i-learn. Just try and believe and have faith. Keep going.
Okay, very important. Please remember that. Write it down.
Try.
Try.
Have faith.
Have faith in yourself.
Believe.
Faith in God. Believe in God. And you keep going.
And keep going.
Ang galing. Sulat nyo lahat yun. Write it down. This is from Jenny B. Tell me about the time when you almost gave up. What pulled you back?
Oh, wow. I have so many moments in my life that I was about to give up. Especially when like mailap yung, I don't know what's the right term in English for mailap. Or maybe hardship. Mailap yung pagkakataon, you always try. But sometimes even if trying, it's really not working. So that makes me feel na this is not for me. But I mean, I always make it a point na after every day, I pray and I would ask His guidance na ano yung what's my purpose in this world. And I would always circle back to me as a kid singing, trying na yung sa banyo. Kumbaga yung typical na probinsyano na would always sing in banyo, and I would always remind myself, my papa would tell me, after everything, just breathe. Ginhawa lang, in Bisaya, ginhawa lang. Deep breathing. And so, after that release, go again.
All is well.
Yeah.
Okay, did you see that? All right. After whatever happens, just breathe in.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Now, this is from Oscar M. If you hadn't won The Voice, where do you think life would have taken you instead?
If I didn't won The Voice, I think I would still be a dental assistant or hopefully be a dentist because it was my profession. So, yun din po yung naturo sa akin ni Papa ko na in this music industry, it's really hard and it's never gonna be an assurance for your long life career. And so I had a good fallback. If ever I didn't want The Voice, I would still be working my way up in my dental career. But I cannot promise that I would never sing. Even if I didn't want The Voice, I would be still singing.
All right. You see, that was his heart's desire.
Yeah.
And plan B always.
Plan
Your
B
father
always.
was very wise. Always
Yes.
have a plan B. Okay,
Yes.
so that's from Oscar. Now, Angelita N. Where did you learn to make biko and what makes yours special?
I learned to make biko when I was still in the province in Mindanao. In Filipinos, tita, we really love eating, making food. And so my family is really big and we'd always make it a point na sometimes like 4 times a week magkikita kami and we enjoy eating. And so my aunties would really make like yung specialty and that specialty is for my auntie. And so I tried and I would always be chismoso. I would always be nosy, like, what are you doing? And so I would always check. And I think I just I want to try. And what makes it special, I believe, is the fact that I'm able to just do it. And in life, tita, there's no secret, to be honest. But if there's one special, you just have to put your heart.
Yes. It's biko made with love.
Yes.
All right. That's what the difference is. Okay. Now, what's next for you and where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Oh, that's a good one.
Wow, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. Before I answered that question, I was asked I was asked the same question 10 years ago. But I think I remember my answer would be, I don't know. And that's uncertainty. That's fine. But now if you ask me 10 years from now, I have a good vision for myself. I would be famous in singing. I would be the Filipino that you are always to be a Filipino. And that all goes to show that you have to be certain sometimes in life and you have to be declaring and manifesting it. Kasi you put out your energy outside the world or outside the universe. And so if you're always uncertain with what your life is going to be, then wala kang magiging direction.
The universe
But
is
now,
uncertain.
Yeah, but now if you ask me, I want to be very famous in music and I want to touch hearts. I want to be an inspiration and I'm always going to be inspired by people who are inspired by my music. And so that would be my 10 years from now.
That's beautiful. All right. That's great. Great. Bring it out there. Bring
Yes.
it out there. Thank you. Thank you for that. And this is the last question from Tina K. If you had to dedicate one song to your family, what would it be and why? And can you please sing it? Oh my goodness. So that's the last question.
It's going to be so hard. Always talaga kinakanta ko to sa mga interviews. I've done this a few times and this would always hit me by heart. Our favorite song po is Bato sa Buhangin.
Wow. That means a stone
Stone.
on the sand.
Yeah. Sometimes in life, kahit gaano kadami, there's always gonna be special bato sa buhangin. So you're always gonna be like, I don't know kung ano yung translation and perception.
Yes, yes.
Iba-iba tayo.
Yes.
But that's our favorite song. And this goes like, kay hirap unawain. Wow. Mga damdamin, pangakong magmahal hanggang libing. Sa langit may tagpuan din at doon hihintayin itong bato sa buhang. Hangin.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank
hard.
you. Thank you. No. I know what that means. It
Yes.
reminds you of your father.
Yeah.
Yes, that in all of life, there is a stone that is meant for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's your story.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Thank
Salamat.
you. Maraming
Salamat.
Tita,
Thank you.
maraming
Thank
salamat.
you.
It's so nice.
Thank
You
you.
are so inspiring. I hope that these viewers would really learn from this experience. And kayo na nanonood, kahit sa ang camera, sana you always try. Kasi hindi natin alam na you will be sitting in my seat right now and have this moment with Tita Loida.
Thank you. And you're here in New York because you are going to show here in New York. Can you
Yes.
just tell the audience where is this?
Yes, I am excited to share to Tita Loida's audience that I will have my concert in July 19 at the Town Hall, which is in the heart of New York City. So I hope that you would help and support me by buying tickets. I will be joined by my musical director, the favorite musical director of David Foster and Ariana Grande, Troy Laureta, ako Filipino, and I will bring some surprise guests. I will bring some friends from The Voice Season 26, and hopefully my coach would be there watching, or hopefully he would sing one for me. I hope you grab your tickets, visit ticketmaster.com, or you can call the numbers that going to be posted below.
Yes. Yes.
Or linked below.
All right. So remember that Town Hall, right in the heart of Times Square
Yes.
on July 19, Saturday.
Yes.
So be sure you write it down on your calendar and buy the ticket
Thank you.
because by that time, if you don't buy it now, you might have no seat.
Yes.
Yes.
Hopefully, yeah. Sana manonood kami. Join me, Tita Loida, and all of the Filipinos. It's gonna be a great experience.
Yes. Okay. He will join the ranks of Leia Salonga.
Hopefully.
Okay. So, all right. Just to give an example to your audience on July 19, if you can just give a sample.
Okay, I would sing the audition song that I did in The Voice that started my life right now. It's from Mary J. Blige and it's called I'm Going Down. Time on my hand. Since you've been away, baby, I ain't got no plans. No, no, no. And the sound of the rain against my window pane, slowly, slowly driving me insane. I'm going down. I'm going down. As you went around, baby, my whole world's upside down.
Very good. Salamat. Salamat. So, July 19, at Town Hall, please.
Yes.
For our guest, Sofronia Vasquez. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Loida Lewis Podcast. Let us live, love, laugh, and learn together.
Yay!
The Loida Lewis Podcast, hosted by Loida Lewis, is produced by the creators of Over a Glass or Two, Jesse and JV, executive produced by Laura Nicholas Olace. Rate and review us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts for a chance to be featured on a future episode. Have a question for Miss Loida? Just email us on askloidalewis@gmail.com. Your question might make its way to a future episode. Subscribe on all major platforms to never miss a beat. Thank you for listening to the Loida Lewis Podcast. Let's live, love, laugh, and learn together